fire. Bang, 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 blessed love. I have a reaction video for you. I have a reaction video for you. Like disasters. I will not like to experience or meet somebody who experienced these kind of disasters. I'm sorry for all those who are going through this, you know. But then God is everything. But God first. And then let me get into the video.
Just north of Hong Kong, you'll find the sub-provincial city of Shenzhen, China. In the summer of 2015, construction workers ran for their lives as the ground beneath them felt extremely unstable. The entire site was about to come crashing down. They were working on the proposed Qianhai district, Shenzhen's new international finance region. It was supposed to be the Wall Street of China, but shaky land beneath the foundation set the project back a few months, maybe years.
Mưa phình là nào vậy làm chưa vậy? Mưa phình là vậy?
让保安亭里面的人都走掉。保安亭走了。
Hola, dude. Yes, I will stabilize your structure. I will stabilize your structure. Let's go, but I say, put them men on them, but I will come down the drain. Now, boy.
快走远一点，还在逃！快走，喂，快走啊！喂！
Workers scramble away from the construction site. You can hear the structure creaking and cracking. They warn each other to get back as the wall starts bending. Just look at it. It looks like it's holding back a flood. Small pieces start falling from the bottom. Then, the entire thing comes crashing down. Everything slides from the foundation. You can see pieces of the road falling in the pit across the valley. Whoever owns that car is lucky Nobody got hurt during the collapse, but it did set the entire project back. Inspectors blamed the catastrophe on soft soil beneath the foundation. The project was built on reclaimed land, which is basically artificial land built over bodies of water.
Number 9. Let me see what number 9 bring in.
The port of Shanghai is the largest seaport in the world.
China
it earned
again.
that title in 2010 when it officially surpassed its rival in Singapore. In 2022, more than 47 million 20-foot containers passed through the port. That is enough to wrap around the Earth 6.5 times. But with so much traffic coming in and out every day, mistakes are bound to happen. On August 9th of 2021, one cargo ship may have made the biggest mistake in port history. The runaway vessel crashed into the wharf, leading to a domino effect you have to see to believe.
站吊起下面的，我操！我现在开始跑了。
Stop! 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 Stop!
毛没受力。
You're going to crash.
直接放在脚。
No. Oh, you were gone. I wonder if these men have to pay for these things, right? These kind of incidents, right? We saw the whole thing gonna.
They say slow and steady wins the race. In this case, slow and steady keeps everyone on the edge of their seat. The crew probably radioed in and said that they were out of control. As the boat approaches, it doesn't look like anybody is on or near the dock. It inches closer and closer to the pier.
I think them things can stop in water.
The dock tries to fight back, but there's no stopping that ship. The entire thing gives way and collapses into the water. Watching
Them
that
machine
crane
brig,
fall
them
is
stuck
like
that
watching
ship
a
from
scene
quite
from
out swinging.
Godzilla or Pacific Rim. It looks like a toy from
How
so
much
far
damage?
away.
What's the damage?
Imagine if
I
you
need
were
power.
standing right underneath it. These videos don't make us feel any better in the middle of a supply chain crisis, but at least nobody was injured.
Number 8.
Tel Aviv is the technological and economic center of Israel. As
Tel
such,
Aviv.
new construction projects pop up almost every day. Some of those projects require tall cranes, so it's not uncommon to see them sticking up in the skyline. In late October of 2015, severe weather battered the Middle East. Some parts of Israel saw baseball-sized hail, and others were met with tropical storm force winds. 2 men were working on a high-rise building when things got crazy. The wind blew loose objects across the floor and out the exposed sides. Then, our workers noticed something wrong with the crane next door.
And the dog smiling. The dog in power and the dog smile. The dog can get blow for it. People mad. A black man not standing up there. A black man, he gone. He gone. Wait. Money makes the world go round and round, round and round.
Our cameraman takes a huge risk getting so close to the edge. The wind could easily pick up a pallet or a loose tile and hit him in the back. Still, he and his buddy can't help but laugh. You know, that crazy person laugh you make when you're afraid.
Mad, yes,
That
he get
is when the
blow funny,
crane
boy.
steals his attention. It bends in half and looks like it's about to crash into the street. Thankfully,
Could be
the
a mad,
arm doesn't break. It just slumps over like it has bad posture. Hundreds of thousands of central Israelis were without power once the storm passed. According to the Times of Israel, wind speeds topped 55 miles per hour that day.
7.
Everyone loves a good marble countertop,
Seven.
but do you ever stop to think about where it comes from? Well, your marble might come from the mines in Bunia, Pakistan, a mining district in the country's northeastern region. Each of those blocks can weigh over 20,000 pounds, meaning you need some extra heavy machinery to move them around. On August 3rd of 2017, one flatbed bit off a little more than it could chew.
And when you're greedy, you're greedy. Your chocolate can you want to move. What's that truck? What is that? Oh, that's the bumper. Oh God! Oh God! No, brother. And when you want to finish work early, when you finish work early, you go through them kind of thing. You take your time. You take your time.
It's been a slow and steady process thus far. Only one more turn stands between our driver and a successful delivery. We hear a
Right,
few
Toti
ominous
Tonova.
noises, and then the truck starts
Oh,
rolling.
he come from around the
Unfortunately,
bend.
the brakes fail, and the truck can't stop. It slams into the mountainside and rolls over, spilling its entire cargo. It looks like the front right tires fell off too. The driver appears to be okay. As scary as it was, seeing him stand in the cab was a little funny. Poor guy doesn't look older than 16.
Number 6.
The Arecibo Observatory was a massive space telescope located about 10 miles south of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. It used to be the largest of its kind. Then, China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, aka FAST, claimed first place. Arecibo had stood strong since the early 1960s. It survived several earthquakes and hurricanes, but old age finally got the better of it. In August of 2020, one of the cables holding the central platform snapped. They planned on fixing it, but then another cable broke 3 months later. On the verge of total failure, the National Science Foundation decided to tear Arecibo down, but the telescope had its own ideas.
Sorry, sorry. I know that is money.
You're currently watching a 900-ton object crash into the hills of Puerto Rico. It falls nearly 450 feet onto the dish below. The cables pull on other structures around the area, causing towers in the foreground and background to topple over. They planned on sending crews out to inspect the telescope and determine the best way to take it down. At least they won't have to pay for a professional demo. Drone footage from the collapse shows us the moment the cables snapped. It's amazing how a few tiny wires caused the entire thing to suddenly fail. According to Ramon Lugo, director of the Florida Space Institute, the telescope lost about 1 wire every day after Thanksgiving. It was impossible to save at that point, and it was only a matter of time before it came crashing down.
They don't do nothing to save it. They say that money
Somewhere in Russia, a group of workers learned an important lesson in weight versus counterweight. When working with cranes, the object you're lifting can't be heavier than the crane itself. You also need to keep it close. On December 10th of 2013, a heavy-duty crane arrived to lift a tank. Apparently, it wasn't heavy-duty enough.
Pull it. Move from another way. Pull it. Move from another way. Pull it.
Не, прикольные процессы вот эти, да. Он сколько весит, Игорек? Я все вот добиваюсь. Он больше 10.
Pull it now, man.
Вовремя я снял.
Now, we can't say why they needed the crane to move the tank, so we'll assume it got stuck on the road. One of the men pokes the tank, causing it to rotate as the crane moves it over the trees. But the tank begins drifting, which throws the balance off. The entire contraption tips over, and the top of the crane crashes through a covered truck. Luckily, none of the men were standing directly underneath. We wonder if they had an even bigger crane on standby. Known as the Green City, Nanning, China is famous for its abundance of subtropical plant life. Of course, such foliage only grows in humid climates with frequent rain. While the city is pretty on the outside, it is susceptible to landslides on the inside. On June 8th of 2019, after days of heavy rain had pelted the region, the ground beneath a main roadway began to weaken. It caused cracks along the foundational walls at a nearby construction site. Thankfully, some attentive construction officials noticed the cracks and evacuated the area before disaster struck. Frustratingly, the video ends right there, and we weren't able to find any more online. Imagine, though, looking down from your apartment and watching the entire thing collapse. You can see where crews built emergency walls to close the road in the nick of time. According to the incident report, about 4,500 cubic meters of debris collapsed into the pit. The day before the collapse, workers noticed cracks in the road that measured 15 inches wide by 60 feet long. Apparently, a group of experts deemed the site safe after examining the cracks. They changed their minds about 5 hours before everything came crashing down.
Them deem that safe, though. I tell you, people don't care, boy.
About
People don't
1,000
care,
miles
right?
northwest of Hong Kong is the prefecture-level city of Guang'an, China. Relentless rain weakened the foundation near an apartment complex parking garage. June of 2018 was a particularly rainy month in central China. Then again, East Asia is known for its heavy
China,
rainfall,
yeah.
leading to frequent disasters like flash floods
Ooh,
and
that's nice.
landslides. While the garage
That's very
itself
nice.
was okay, the 160-foot stretch of road leading to it wasn't as lucky.
But the road has sheet on the back. The road wearing sheet. What is that? Ooh. Is that the building?
夹着阳光那里垮了好多，好看咯，好吓人咯。
Ooh, look at that building fall down.
Plenty of people kept their cameras rolling when the road collapsed. The CCTV footage almost looks fake, like
Noisy
someone built a
road.
model of the city and then destroyed it. One man records from what we believe is the apartment building in question. It looks like the ramp used to connect to the road. Obviously, not anymore. We hope that there's a rear exit on the other side of the building. Imagine looking out the window and seeing your apartment teetering on the edge of a cliff. According to reports, about 50 people were evacuated from the building and moved to nearby hotels. Meanwhile, inspectors examined the apartment to see if there was any structural damage. It was an expensive disaster, but one that thankfully caused no injuries. The Outer Banks is a 200-mile-long stretch of barrier islands off the coast of North Carolina. Right in the
That
middle
water
is the
looking
Cape
lovely.
Hatteras National Seashore, a 70-mile stretch of protected federal land.
Go
While life
sweet.
on the Cape is beautiful, living on a
Ooh,
barrier
it
island
became dangerous
comes
at the
with
same
risks.
time.
Those
It
risks
became like
were
a
on
tensive.
full display in May of 2022. A low-pressure system inundated the Outer Banks with strong winds and massive waves. Many homes on the seashore are built on stilts to avoid flooding during high tide. Sometimes, the combination of wind and waves proves to be too much.
But look your house, the house must go. The house must go. The house look like it take our 8-10 matchstick and just dress it on top of the matchstick. It must go. Because the sea raging. Come on, better than that. There's a boat house. I hope nobody in the house. In the boat house. $2024, that they act the building now.
That is a $381,000 home you're watching collapse into the ocean. It rides a few waves before the walls start crumbling. You can see small pieces breaking off and floating away. Unfortunately, this was the third house that collapsed into the
Everything
Atlantic
in
Ocean.
it.
Their neighbors watched
Bed.
similar scenes a few numbers down.
TV.
Many experts point to climate change
Jet
and
set.
rising sea levels as the
Wells.
primary reason for
I hope
houses
the dog and
collapsing
I'm
in the
not
Outer Banks. According to
Oh, the
federal
grandmother and the
officials, sea
grandfather, I
levels in
hope
the
they're not
area
there.
rise about 1 inch every 5 years. In fact, some Outer Banks beaches are shrinking more than 14 inches every year.
Sea level rising.
On
Alright.
July 12th of 2017, a ferry off the coast of Turkey lost control and slammed into the dock. We're not sure if they had engine trouble or if the captain wasn't paying attention. You know when you have an awful feeling about something? That's how our friend in the yellow car must have felt when he saw this ferry barreling straight for the shore. Big boats like that look pretty slow from a distance. Just
If
wait
that in my
till
car,
they
I
get
wasn't
too
moving
close.
that car. I was leaving my car right there. If that in my car, you see that? I leave it that there. Smash into that. I want a brand new car. I want a Mercedes Benz or something. Well, yeah, he wasn't moving my car. Well, I will put my car close, all kind of thing. If that in my car. What? Kankalanka? Kankalanka? uncle. Straight out of the movies, look a man get you there. How he get you? He's smart. He like he was down that van there.
Seeing everything up close puts the accident into perspective. Just look at how big those chunks of concrete are. It looks like the ferry was supposed to dock here. It just came in a little too hot. You can see a few more people moving away on the right side of the CCTV footage. We're not sure if anyone other than the crew was on the ferry when it crashed. The accident attracted a crowd as workers began cleaning up. When something like this happens, where do you even start? To see another video just like this one, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching and tune in next time.
Right. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Tell me all you think. Which channel you find is the most devious. To me, them not nice, nah. I would like to experience nothing like that. I know you can never tell what will happen in the future, but you know, make it safe, take it safe. Far out. Bless.